So the second game on the slate, switching to the other half of the
NFC Championship.
NFC Championship game, we have the very, very pleasant surprise, Detroit Lions. I've been rocking with the Lions for about a year and a half. I was like, they play hard, bro. They ain't winning all these games, but they play so hard.
Much credit to the Detroit Lions.
And
they turned
made
that thing around.
All the way to the NFC Championship in their first playoff appearance in how many years? Over 30? 32?
30. Yeah.
So, yeah, they doing a phenomenal job. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, all those guys over there, they doing their thing.
I remember the Detroit Lions, man, the fans used to wear bags over their head. I've never seen, in my lifetime, I'll be honest with you.
Never seen them.
I've never seen the stadium like the stadium has been for the Lions in this playoff.
Nah.
I've never seen the Lions stadium like that ever.
Different.
It's always been empty because they've always been losing. But I've never seen a stadium this full with so much energy. It's just amazing to see that, Detroit is. They got the fans are crazy.
They got the juice.
They got the juice right now.
For sure. But we talked all that. The Detroit Lions on the road this time versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
Now, we just alluded to the fact of the 49ers being one of the most complete teams in football. They're a 7-point favorite in this game at home. Now, looking at this game, we just talked about Detroit, how energized, how juiced up they are, how big of a presence they've had at home, how much of a surprise they've been. Despite having some issues in the secondary, they have been pretty decent at covering the run. Like we talked about last week, their bend don't break defense. But they made a decision that, hey, we're going to stop the run. We know we can't really hold you down on the pass. Y'all going to get some passing yards on us, but we're going to stop this run. Now, my issue with that is, for one, you're not going to have that home energy that you had in these first two playoff games.
Facts.
You going to San Fran.
Yes.
All right.
That's a fact.
The elements with it being in California, not as big of a issue as it would be on the East Coast with some of these blizzard games and all this ice bowls and all this stuff they have.
But the main element is the fact that Jared Goff isn't playing inside of a stadium.
Yeah, Jared Goff outdoors, outside of a stadium has
historically
not been the best.
Right.
Even though he did start out with the Rams, they played outdoors in L.A.
They got a stadium
now. But when he was there, they didn't have SoFi.
Where they played at?
They had the Los Angeles Coliseum.
The Chargers? No, I don't
Before they built SoFi, they were at the Coliseum.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So he started out outdoor. You know what I'm saying? But it's in L.A.
Yeah.
So, but for me, the 49ers, like we said, they're definitely up until late in the season, we've seen the Ravens assert their dominance and just show that they're better than everybody else. But the 49ers, for the vast majority of the team, majority of the season has been the most complete team in football. So for me, I'm looking at the 49ers to win this game at home. Detroit has been a very much so pleasant surprise team, but they're on the road. They're not getting that hometown energy that they got. They're pretty complete in terms of offense, but they have a hard time defending the pass. Cam Sutton and some of those other guys been getting beat on a regular basis. Let's just be frank. They've been getting beat, and the 49ers have a lot of weapons. All right, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got Deebo Samuel, is Deebo going to play? He got injured.
50-50, shoulder. He's questionable. So, 50-50, but
you still got Ayuk, you still got Kittle, you still got Christian McCaffrey. And Jawan Jennings stepped up, as you alluded. You like Purdy likes throwing to Jawan Jennings. So you do have all these offensive weapons, and you have all these go-tos that Purdy still has options to go through, even without Deebo Samuel. And that secondary is, everybody know they can pass on that secondary. Like, it's no secret. So to me, I feel like the 49ers stacked up offense combined with their defense, who still has some guys. They got Wagner, they got
Warner.
They got they got a lot of guys on that side of football who can stop the ball. Chase Young, you got Nick. You got guys who can get after the quarterback. You got options on defense.
The only thing I saw like that kind of worried me about the 49ers last week was they didn't get any sacks on Jordan Love. That was a problem. And then on top of that, they let Aaron Jones run very well against them, which is a strength of Detroit. Detroit can run the football.
Running backs.
They got 2 good running backs. The football. They can play very balanced. They use the play action game to open up the passing game. You know, they use the running game to open up the passing game with play action. So, you know, offensively, I think, you know, the Lions have a shot to go up against this defense, to be completely honest. I see the 49ers defense leak a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then down the field on the back end, their secondary isn't as shored up as it used to be or could be. They can be had on the back end of that secondary. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Lions have a good shot, and the Lions aren't afraid to take shots down the field. You know what I mean?
Goff will launch that ball downfield.
Jared Goff, he has a good intermediate passing game, game where he can throw the ball 15, 20 yards down the field, you know, in the middle of the field at that too. So, and very accurately. Now, the key factor is the 49ers defense needs to apply that pressure to Jared Goff. If you apply pressure to Jared Goff and don't allow him to sit back there like they did with Jordan Love, Jared Goff would carve you up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, but I expect them to get some more pressure. I mean, even though they didn't get any sacks on Jordan Love, I seen Jordan Love scrambling.
Yeah, he did. He moved around.
He was moving around. He wasn't just standing down there comfortable. They didn't get a sack on him, but he wasn't standing there comfortably all night either. And he threw 2 interceptions. Yeah. So, you know, some of that might have been pressure sacks. You got Aiden Hutchinson, who's going to put some pressure on Purdy. But on the flip side of that, you have Chase Young. You got Nick Bosa. They might not be able to get a sack on Jared Goff. But they can put some pressure on him. And he's not a scrambling quarterback.
No, he ain't going to move.
He's not. So he's not going to be able to escape some of the stuff that Jordan Love can get, even though Jordan Love's not a scrambling quarterback either. Yeah. But for me, I do think the weakness of the San Francisco 49ers is probably the secondary. That's probably like their least strongest part of the defense. Yeah. But I think the pressure that they generate, the linebacker play that they have, I think that kind of mitigates some of the effects of that. I do think the Lions are a very good passing team with Laporta and Amon St. Brown and Reynolds and some of those other guys who step up, and Jahmyr Gibbs catching the ball in space. I think they utilize that very well. They have a very good offensive scheme. However, let's not forget that Christian McCaffrey is over there. I know their rushing defense is pretty damn good, but that guy Christian McCaffrey is different.
Yeah, the thing about the Lions defense, man, I think, you know, for them to succeed in this game, they just got to rally and make tackles. You know what I'm saying? Because Purdy not going to throw the ball 30, 40 yards down the field.
So do you think the 49ers or the Lions win the game?
I think it'll be close. I really the only factor that got me leaning more so 49ers than the Lions is the fact that the Lions are playing outside. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that Jared Goff is the better quarterback. And I think if the Lions can control the game a little bit more, a little bit better, and run the football.
Jared Goff better than Purdy?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. No debate.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Lions, man. I'm gonna take the Lions in the close one to win this game. Yeah, I think they got the energy, they got the confidence. Wow. Because if you tell me that if the Green Bay Packers can go to San Francisco and do what they did and almost win, you don't think the Lions have the same shot or same opportunity to actually go out there and win with the talent that they have? I think so.
I'll say this. I don't like Detroit to win. I like them to cover the points.
100%.
7 points is a lot of points.
100%.
And I don't like that 7 points after the performance that I saw the 49ers have against the Packers. However, when they went against the Packers, they were down Deebo Samuel, and they still didn't have interceptions. They managed to fight through some pressure from the defense. They only allowed 1 sack. The offensive line only allowed 1 sack. So I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to get at it, and create enough pressure for this to be a close game for sure. I don't know about them winning the game.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be another close one. They are on upset alert. However, I got to roll with the 49ers at home on this one.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, everything wants me to point to the 49ers based off of those factors, but what I saw from that 49ers defense and what the Lions can do offensively.
It'll be phenomenal if they go from no playoff appearances to a Super Bowl.
The story is great. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just think offensively the Lions, they can exploit the 49ers defense by running the football, controlling the clock, being physical, throwing the ball deep down the field, affecting those safeties and those corners, applying pressure. You got Jameson Williams screaming down the field, opening things up in space. You got multiple options that can run the intermediate game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that applies a lot of pressure. So I like the Lions' chances here, man. So I'm going to go on a limb and go ahead and say that the Lions go ahead and upset the 49ers, man, on the road and stamp their way into the goddamn Super Bowl.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hot take.
Hot. You heard it here first, people.
Hey, man, I'm still looking at that Kittle prop against that secondary. I don't like it. I don't like that secondary. I'm looking at Kittle. I'm looking at McCaffrey to score a touchdown, and I'm looking at Brandon Ayuk.
As long as the Lions can make tackles. Don't let these guys break tackles.
If Deebo Samuel is out since he's 50-50 and Jawan Jennings gets to start again, if they give Jawan Jennings another low number, I'm taking him this time.
Yeah, Lions just need to make tackles. So, don't let these guys break tackles and run and get yards after catch. You know what I'm saying?
Keep them in front of you, because if you don't, your ass is grass.
But Purdy ain't scaring nobody throwing the football more than 20 yards. I'm telling you that now.
Absolutely not.
And that's what the Lions' weakness is.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. All right, man. Y'all heard our picks, right? It's only a couple games, but